Hi everyone, welcome back to another Open with me, and it is, as you can see, a Simply Crochet magazine. So I finally figured out how you open these envelopes because they've got this big flap at the side, but it's always stuck. Forget it. It's always stuck too hard to actually pull it apart. So we still make a mess of opening it. So this is it's stuck. Look, stuck it to the magazine. That's not good, is it? It's very stuck. Now, I have two of these magazines, I think. Let's have a look. Yes, I do. One is still in the paper, in the cellophane. Obviously not stuck to an envelope. So I will do that as a giveaway at some point. So this is a Simply Crochet magazine for this month. And it comes with a Crochet Edits book for autumn essentials. And we have these crochet clips, great for sewing up garments, simply clip and stitch, handy alternative to pins, and fab for tricky motif shapes. Flat base, secure, keep grip crochet pieces together. So we get, how many? 10. So that's one of the free gifts, and this is the other one. So we'll start then with this magazine. So let's move, sorry about that, wobbling all over the place. I've got a bit of light shining on the table, but it is actually light from outside, so there's not much that I can do about it. Only hope that the inside of the magazine isn't quite as shiny. So we've got 12 crochet designs in this autumn essentials. We've got a bit of a shawl. I don't know what that is. What is it? Don't know. Some kind of poncho or long scarf type shawl. Hat. Let's get in and find out. Okay, so we have mini me ponchos. And I'm not really keen on ponchos like this. I don't know why. They just seem like pullovers that are just not sewn up. I don't know if I like them or not. And what is number 14? That's my afternoon wrap. So it is a wrap. Okay. I couldn't quite figure it out the way it was just draped, because it looked like it could have been one of these things. Not really keen on. So there's a nice pullover there that looks nice and long. Arms don't look ridiculously baggy. So quite interesting designs. So this one is Twist and Shout. I have a yarn called that, but I don't believe it's made with it. It's made with Caron Simply Soft, and it looks quite nice though, doesn't it? So that's an interesting little kind of wrap. So that's one. And here's the pullover. It's called Tweedy Glee. It's not very, I suppose it is kind of a tweedy yarn. Nice, I quite like that. Although I'm not a pullover person, but I like the fact that the sleeves are well made. For once, there's no baggy sleeves, which do drive me to distraction. So again, this is made with Caron Simply Soft tweeds, or if you want to say Caron. But they do give you some sewing up advices, and I like that, little bits of tutorial. They've got all of the sizing and the chart to look at as well. That's not bad. So this is the mini me ponchos thing. I don't mind it in a child's version, but it just, I don't know, something about it screams too lazy to make it look proper. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't know. It just sort of looks too endy, like it's not been finished, and it's just my preference. I'm not really keen on scruffy, and that looks just too scruffy for me. So this wrap looks very warm and chunky, doesn't it? So let's see what that's made with. Caron Simply Soft Heathers. It's very nice. Step by step how to make a treble. So is that our UK treble? I guess it is. If you don't know how to make that, there's a little tutorial for you. So we've got some fingerless mittens and a kind of scarf made with Banat Softy Chunky. The only thing I can see that is a problem with this magazine is that all of these yarns are very expensive in the UK. You can get alternatives if you can't really stretch to the price of them, and you have to buy them really online. With the exception of Hobbycraft, there's nowhere to walk into a store and buy this. If you get the odd one of these yarns, you're lucky. Occasionally, there's a place that'll do, I think it was The Range that did some Bernat, but it was few and far between what they did do. And it wasn't every kind of yarn that Bernat do. So that's the thing I've noticed so far. But you can always substitute these yarns. If you can find them in the UK and you can afford them, that's great. But not everybody can. Well, that's not a Peaky Blinder, is it? It's a peaked hat. Well, it's a tiny little brim. What's all that? Call that a peak, really? This is made with Bernat Softy Chunky as well. So just a kind of beanie hat, really, with a little turn up. And what else have we got? Little simple steps of how to do. This isn't too bad, although it is just row after row of treble crochet. As you know, I don't really. It's actually go for the double treble stitch. That's an easy shawl design. They're really long stitches then, if it's a double treble, because that's a treble in the US. A double treble is a UK term for a US treble, which is quite a long stitch. So you know my views on row after row of long stitch, but it does actually look quite nice, having said that. Just not my cup of tea to have those over long stitches and rows of the same. I'd have to break it up somehow, or just not do it in the first place. Not doing well this time, are they, with this? So this is Earth and Sky, and I quite like thin scarves. I made a few recently, excuse me, for my channel to hide my scar, because I've just come out of hospital, as you know. Or maybe you don't. I just had major surgery and I've got a neck scar. So I did make a scarf, as I like to call it. And it was lacy, so that it was nice and light for this time of year. Because at the moment it's not cold, but it has its days where it's not really warm either. So, but this is kind of nice. I like the chocolate and blue. I've always been a fan of that colour together. But again, it's Caron Simply Soft. And although, as I say, Hobbycraft do Caron Simply Soft, you'll pay a premium for the fact that it comes from the US. Now, that's very nice. I like that. But where is it? Where's the that's knitted, surely. Is that not knitted? That looks knitted to me. I'm looking for Tunisian. That's why it looks knitted. So that's pretty. I do like that. It's kind of Fair Isle. It's called Heart's Half. Keep your neck warm and cozy with a Fair Isle cowl. So the two, I've made a pretty chunky cowl like this. I call them neck warmers, because a cowl to me is a little bit baggier, although mine is a little baggier than, a little tighter, snugger, should I say, than this one, although you can pull it out like that. So I tend to call these kind of neck warmers. You put them over your head and that's really all you get, isn't it? But a cowl you can wrap around your head a couple of times, I feel. So if you want to try your hand at Tunisian, this isn't a bad one. But again, it's Caron Simply Soft. So if that would, you'd have to have the right yarn, or perhaps, how have we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4 colours. So 4 colours of Caron Simply Soft. Well, that would set you back a little bit over in the UK. So, you know, you can use any yarn. But if it's 4 weight, then you need to adjust it. But I do like that. That's pretty. That's not knitted, though. It must be a very, like, knit stitch or something. So here we go. Tunisian knit and purl stitches, showing you how to do that. There are also plenty of tutorials on YouTube if you find it hard to follow something like this in the magazine. So they will show you how to do it. And there we go. That's the second free gift. And it is obviously by Caron Simply Soft. Mostly of it is. Anyway, a couple of Bernats, but mostly it's Caron Simply Soft. So, nice winter warming stuff, I guess. So let's get down to the magazine itself. And straight away, They've got this. I don't, I said I don't like it scruffy, but I do mind. I don't mind it if it's kind of something like this, as long as the sleeves are not too baggy. But we've got a tank top, we've got a bag, we've got some cushions, and we've got these fingerless mittens, a nice scarf. That's nice. I like that. Reminds me of Aran jumpers and scarves. It probably hasn't got any cabling in it, but this has. It may do. Let's have a look. So I usually really like Simply Crochet magazine. They always seem to have some pretty decent stuff in. So we've got this cute amigurumi fox. That's in here. We'll come to him later. Now the actual pullover in itself, now we've got a better picture, isn't bad. It's a tie-up one. Remember Starsky? It reminds me of Starsky. It's a Starsky jumper. If you're much younger than me, you won't remember who that is, but it was Starsky and Hutch were police detectives, and Starsky always had, but it was much longer and much baggier, and he used to wrap it around himself. But he always had a pullover that was a wraparound like this. So that does remind me of a Starsky jumper. And we've got pictures of these makes that are a little bit more, only a little bit bigger, but that does actually look like it might have some cable in. Fingerless mittens. I've got a few fingerless mittens on my channel, but I will need to do a few more different designs. Oh, I've got 2 pages in. So this is just the adverts and hello bit. That's gorgeous, but it's just an advert for Banat Velvet. Might be able to get that pattern Banat though, but it is lovely. I can imagine Gemma just sitting under there all winter long. And Charlotte, come to that. So here we go. What have we got? Spiraling structures. Hooked. Okay, let's move on. Don't quite know what that was all about. So we've got some inspiring books. What are we looking at today then? We have Punchy Needle Friends, Amigurumi Friends and Celebrations, Harry Potter Crochet Wizardry. I've got the knitting one, but I couldn't find the crochet yet. Mosaic Crochet Workshop. So those are the books, if you fancy having a little peruse. And here we've got all the little editorial bits and bobs. That looks kind of interesting. King Cole Harvest yarn. I shall have to have a look for that. It looks interesting. I quite like that one. Doesn't show much of it. So here we go, the Cozy Cables. If you fancy trying your skills out on cable. It's not as hard as it looks, but I'm not sure that I like the gloves, which is a shame because I was hoping I would. They seem a little stiff. And there's the scarf. Looks okay, but not as nice as the pullover, obviously, but there are no sleeves, so it's really just a kind of body warmer. Might have been better to put sleeves in that, I think. But anyway, we've got a cable bag. They've really gone for it. And a cable hat. So what do you think? There's the bag. You could deck yourself out in everything cable. Wow. Not bad at all. So here's up close. That's the inside of the gloves. And that's the other side, like the back. What you would see. And there's a headband there. Okay, and there is the scarf. Might be worth having a go. Quite pretty. And here we've got the bag and the hat. And they've got showing you how they've done the handle. Oh, I see a cushion of interest then. So this is the chic tunique. The chic tunique. See, I wasn't making it up. There we are. So they're calling that tunic. Very long to be a tunic. It's very short at the front. I'm not keen on that fashion where things are short at the front and longer at the back. I like to hide my tummy. You know, it's had a few children and seen better days. So I like to hide it. And every time I go into a store and I think, oh, I like that top, and I pick it up, it's short at the front and long at the back. I always curse under my breath and put it back. I think, yeah, why? I don't always want the front shorter than the top, the back rather. It's not right. So there we go. We've got all the size in. That's quite good. But I would just make them the same size, front and back. And I might even sew the side up a little bit more. So we've got an advert for Paint Box. Well, that nice cushion was just an advert for Signet. Excuse me. And some more adverts. We've got the Fantastic Fox. So there we go. Oh, I like him from the back. How cute is that little tail? He is sweet. As you know, I don't really make amigurumis. But I do like them. I like the look of them. So subscribers, get the best deal. Get a 20 ball Starcraft special yarn bundle worth over £50. There it is. Bam. When you subscribe. So, it's a 1 month offer only. So there's the nitty gritty if you want to do it. Quote that name, code rather. What am I talking about? And now we've got mandalas. But it is just somebody's journal. So I don't suppose there are any tutorials. Advert for Wool Warehouse. More adverts. That's pretty. I like that. That cushion. That is actually quite nice. And there's all the instructions. Very small instructions for something that looked quite intricate, don't you think? Didn't look that easy, did it? And yet, that is all you get. Must be easier than it looks. That's all I can say. So advert for Devermore's. Too many adverts in this one. Here we've got the Starsky jumper, which they've called Mosaic Masterpiece. Very nice. I quite like it, actually. And here we've got all the details and all the sizing and how to do. Got quite a lot of colours to get, though. They've used Debbie Bliss Piper, which isn't cheap. So I wouldn't use that personally. I'd have to find another one. Although the yarn is nice, obviously. And it would work up lovely. And there's the colours. They're beautiful. But there's a rather a lot of colours to get of an expensive yarn. So, you know, up to you guys. But I don't think I'd be buying Debbie Bliss. So we've got this. Sweet Stripes. Baby romper. It's kind of cute. Bag of tricks. This is all about bags, but I don't know if it's how to make them or just somebody, Carol Ibbetson's multi-talented maker. So she's got, oh, that's quite a nice one though, I have to say. Do like that one. But it's about the only one. Moving on. Poms and pom-poms. So here we got a basket and it's got pom-poms on it. Basket of apples, obviously, that's the poms. So quite a decent basket though. I haven't made one for a long time. I like this backpack, I have to say. That's quite sweet. Quite bold. I like that. 15% off Lovecrafts when you use this code. So I'll hold that there if you want to use that code. That's nice. And we've got some cosy mittens and fingerless gloves. Now, I don't often do patterns like that, although this one doesn't seem to be overly holy, so that's not a bad one, but the same colour scheme for the actual mittens. Got a little bit of spike stitch going on in those. But I do quite like them, actually, because they're, like I say, not holy. We've got them patterned without being holy. Because so many you see, I actually didn't get any volume out in the sew. So many you see have these holy patterns, which you think, you know, defeats the object of having a glove on. So this is Rise of the Indie Cow. Big yarn brands aren't the only ones to run crochet alongs. Independent designers are increasingly doing their own too. We find out what's to love about the Indie Cow. Well, of course we all do them too. Having said that, I haven't done one for a little while. So this is the part 5, is it, of the Magic Carpet Throw, which I find a little busy for my liking. Just a little bit over busy. I think I've got more than one page again. There we go. This is the one they're doing this time. I think if you just took certain aspects of it and did that over and over again, it wouldn't be quite as busy. But for me, it's just a little bit too much. Perhaps it needed some plain in it. It's just my preference, I guess. So here we got the Checkmate. I like this one. This one is not as, well, although it's short, I wouldn't wear it. I would make it for someone. That's the difference. This one's quite pretty. I like it. So that's that one. Got a few squares and a few granny stitches. It's quite sweet. And here we got Twist It Sister. Twist It Sister. This is made with Starcraft Special Iron. It's basically a granny square that's made into a diamond and then made back into a square. I like Starcraft Special Iron though. And what's Vola? Meet the indie dyer and indulge in design with the skeins. Wow. All about the squish. That is kind of, well, puffy, isn't it? That is very, very puffy. So this is Walla Super Fat. It is 100% merino. That is pretty squishy yarn though, isn't it? I've never made anything with anything that's that chunky before. Looks kind of interesting though. What is working 2 stitches together? We've got the how-to bits. Show us your makes. There's always some amigurumi in that. I've never done that. Never sent off my make to a magazine yet. Never done that. Mohair yarns. I can't touch mohair. It makes my hands react big time. They get like chilblains. When I was a child, my mum would make me wear my gloves every day because I had chilblains, but it was actually a reaction to the gloves. So every time she made me wear them, she made it worse, but she thought she was helping me. So here we go. These are all the mohairs they're reviewing. We've got Drops Kid Silk, which is $3.80 for 25 grams, so that's quite expensive. We've got the Sheepy's Mohair Rhythm, which is $5.99. That's better. $5.99 for 25 grams. Again, expensive. And Dye Bath Silky Mohair, £17.50 for 50 grams. Well, I definitely won't be trying that one. And here we've got the Rowan Kid Classic, £8.45 for 50 grams. I'm sorry to laugh at these prices, but they've got some hope of making me part with that. And then we've got Rico Design Luxury Magic Mohair. I'm sorry, I'm just cheap. We've got £8.49 at 50 grams. And Phil Dolce Vita Avec Mohair. So we got 50 grams is £8.29. So yes, I'm sure they're all fabulous, but I can't use them. But even if I could, I would not part with that amount of dosh. I'm sorry. And I know that that is just the tip of the iceberg. And there are many people that do pay a hell of a lot of money for their yarn. But when you consider how much yarn you need for a project, honestly, no. It just wouldn't happen. There are so many more affordable yarns out there, and I don't understand why people have to have the right yarn, you know, when there are affordable alternatives. I guess if money's no object, you wouldn't care, would you really? But anyway, next issue, we've got this kind of snazzy pullover. We've got a wrap. I have to say, I think I prefer mine. My wrap gan, and I'll put a link at the end if I can remember. And we've got a pullover that's a polar neck. I find they make me feel a bit they're too tight around my neck. Even if they're loose, I just feel like I'm being strangled. So they've got the subscribe today USA offer. There's the code should you wish to do it, and you will get 70% off. Save over $10 every issue. Wow, is it really that expensive? So that's the offer. That's amazing, isn't it? How it could cost that much? Save 70%, just $59.95 for 13 issues. Usually $199.87. Wow. And that's with free delivery. You get 13 issues. It'll cost you $60 really, all but 5 cents. So there we go. And then missed an issue. There's the one that you can get your back copies from. Then you have to go to www.buysubscriptions.com/backissues. And then we've got the essentials, how-to-dos, how to do a chain, making a slip knot, holding the hook, which I really take umbrage with them. Why are they teaching people to hold their hook like this? It's not the way I was taught. It's not the only way. So why? Why teach people to hold their hook that way? Because I don't think it's the easiest way to hold your hook. And it also causes more of the kind of repetitive strain problems that people get. So why? Why would you do that? There are alternative ways to hold it. Because it's laziness, that's why. You only teach one way. The other way might be difficult, so let's not show it. So, slip stitch, double crochet, half treble. The US terms is half double. They're actually putting that in here now. And US terms are single. That's cool, isn't it, that they're showing that? I suppose they have to if they're trying to sell the magazine across the water. So we've got trebles, double trebles, turning chains, how to count stitches. They're kind of usual stuff that they've got in here. How to change colour, increasing and decreasing, sewing up your joins. How to check your tension. Wow. Rounds or spirals. Joining rounds. Magic loop. I think they've ripped off my version of the magic loop by the looks of that. Thank you very much. I'll put a link at the end if you want to see it. Charts and diagrams. There we go. And Simply Christmas. Oh, pre-order your copy now. Only $6.99. Simply Christmas. I wonder what's in that. Doesn't really show you, does it? Might just be, is it all crafts? It says craft, family, food and decor. So it's not just a crochet magazine. It's all things Christmas. So whether you'd want that or not remains to be seen. And then there's the goodbye bit. So that's it. What do you think of this one with the crochet edits, winter bits and bobs and the clips? Think it's well worth it? Well, if you do, then very soon I'm going to do a giveaway for one because I have 2 copies of this. So I can do a whole giveaway. So thank you for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. And you'll be informed when there are new videos. Well, hopefully you'll be informed. Don't always work. But, you know, we can only try. So, yeah, and don't forget to tell me what you think of this magazine in the comment section. So thank you very much. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye for now.